everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Future of Work. And I'm Manahil Jumojawali, where we dive into bold conversation with remarkable people shaping the world ahead. Today I'm joined by Arto Palavara, a social guide and leadership coach based in Stockholm, Sweden, with roots that span across continents and wisdom built through life experience. Arto brings a powerful voice to the conversation on inner transformation and authentic leadership. So, we will explore what it truly means to lead from within, how personal growth impacts community change, and the quiet power behind emotional awareness in the modern world. Whether you are a leader in progress or someone seeking clarity in your journey, this episode will speak to your core. So, let's get started. Welcome to the show, Mr. Arto. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Manahil. Thank you for coming here, and thank you so much for your invitation. I'm feeling fine, and I'm just happy to be here.
It's an honor to talk with you here. So thank you so much for giving me your precious time. So without further ado, let's start our conversation. But before moving on questions, would you please introduce yourself for my viewers?
Of course, yeah, my name is Arto. I am 47 years. I live here in Stockholm. I work as a social guide for the city of Stockholm in the public service, but I'm also a coach. I'm coaching in various genres like relationship, innovation, and also in motivational interviewing as well, but also, of course, general life coaching.
All right, that's a fantastic introduction. Thank you so much for your introduction. So now let's move on to the questions. My first question is on your screen. What does inner transformation mean to you personally, and how did your journey toward it begin?
Oh, inner transformation. Well, it can mean a lot, but but the inner transformation for me it means that you change something here inside you. You change how you see the world, how you see your environment, and how you also see by your on yourself. And That's the most significant how you see on yourself, because if you have learned to think in a way, have learned to see yourself in a way, and feels it can be feel good, but it can feel less good. So transfer in inner transformation means that you have to change what's going on here and what's going on here inside. Uh, and my Well, I have a lot of examples because inner transformation doesn't happen just overnight. It is small steps during your lifetime. And one of the strongest, absolute strongest inner transformation I have been through. I can tell it shortly, and it was I was a boy. I was about 11 year old, and we had a dog, a breed called Siberian Husky. Very playful dogs, quite big, and suddenly it ran away. And I saw it. The dog ran away to the river bank during the middle of the winter, and it was a freezing cold winter. at least maybe 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. So it was very cold. But I ran after the dog, and uh, and I saw it start to run over to the other side of the river, and it was quite it is quite a broad river, and I just ran. I didn't think at all. I just ran, and I had my shirt, my jeans, and my boots, and I just ran after the dog. And I recall I ran as if there was no tomorrow. So, but finally, after 1 hour or so, I could grab the dog by its neck collar, and I don't know how, but with all forces I had, I brought the dog in my hands all over back home to the to all over the river, and I've been thinking of that moment, and sometimes I can't understand how I could made it because the ice surface could break any second. You never know when it's gonna break. Even if it's freezing cold, it can break. And but somehow I didn't care whether it would break or not. I just wanted the dog back. So and that kind of a start for me until where I'm now. I have this memory haunting me a lot of times and reminding from where I started somehow try to think whatsoever on this inner transformation, and I realized that I it could have break the ice surface and I could have died on the on the way, but I didn't think that. I didn't care. I just wanted the dog, as I said, and then I realized that one of the most powerful things we have in life, if you love something, you do everything. And I love that dog so much. So apparently, I did everything I could, no matter what the cost. And here I am now, 47, like how long it's been, 11, yeah, 30, 40 years later, still alive. The dog is gone, of course, but I learned something a lot from that episode, a lot, and that I brought with me until today.
All right, thank you so much. That's really wonderful journey. Thank you so much for sharing with us. So now let's move on to the next question. My next question is on your screen. What is one internal belief you had unlearn become an effective leader?
Internal, oh, there is a lot of internal beliefs I had to change, but one significant, it's basic, but I had to start to believe in a way that I can. If everyone else can, I can also. And it sounds simple, but it's not simple because you have to get in your mind, in your whole soul, that you can make it. So, but I was of course struggling with that. Can I not? But in a way, I decided that I can. If and I decided by that simple way that if anyone else can, I can also.
Okay, all right. You are right. That sounds simple, but it's not. So thank you so much for that answer. So now let's move on to the next question. My next question is on your screen. In moments of personal failure, How do you self guide or rebuild your inner compass?
Hmm, very interesting question. Um, well, I guess that there's a ways you can do it, but I have done it myself by because I have failed many times. I have failed thousands of times, 10,000 of times, uh, and every time I have just settled myself down and just think through the situation and looked why I failed. It's not accusing myself that I was a bad person because I failed, because a failure is a natural part of our lives. And but I have meditated a lot through my rebuilding and thinking through, and I'm also asking myself that is there another way to do it? Is there or should I continue with that? And just to go by my feeling, because I listen to what's going on here. If I feel to continue, feel to find another way, or just make a new plan for something else. I mean, I've been looking for jobs. For example, it looks so good on the description, job, for example, but and I applied to those jobs, and I didn't get them, and I was thinking maybe it's not the right jobs for me. That's a question I had to ask myself. Maybe I should do something else. Maybe, and I started to ask myself also, what's the higher purpose of this? Is it something I need to learn? And with that said, it's not easy to do that because it require a lot of self-discipline to dig into yourself and ask yourself these kind of questions. But I simply said, I said a lot of reflection, a lot of meditation, and just try to get self-centered.
Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so much for that answer. So now let's talk about the silent work. What does the silent work of leadership look like that no one talks about?
The silent work. Um, uh, well, I would say it's when you are actually working with yourself, when no one sees, when no one hear you, when you are on your own with your own thoughts and own doubts or hopes, and so it's a lot of being alone. Because leadership is being alone a lot of times, because if you are making decisions and all, and so silent work is a lot of being alone, and you the only person you are talking to is yourself most of the time. So that's a great part of the silent work. Nobody talks about really how lonely it can be at times.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That's it. Well, thank you so much for that answer. So now let's talk about, in your view, what is missing from leadership development in today's modern case?
What's missing from leadership development in today's I see today, until today, I would say reflection is missing, that part. And also, a lot of people have become leaders throughout the history until today. And I can say it doesn't work out really well. It hasn't worked out really well because first of all, as I said, what's missing reflection and empathy. I would say missing also because when you are leader, you deal with people, and who's the people? It's your the co-workers. And the colleagues and the clients and so so you have to understand your coworker when you are the leader. Listen to them, listen and feel empathy to them as well because everyone has their challenges, not just the work task. It's the life as a whole. With family, people get sick, people get stressed, people get whatever, and and also courage. Courage is another big part because if you want to be innovative as a leader, if we want the innovation and a innovative environment, innovative co-worker, you as a leader have to be courageous and live most of all with the uncertainty because the innovation means uncertainty. It might happen, it might not happen, and it's a journey we all go through, and we have to go through step by step and day by day and see where it goes and also be courageous enough to stand when it blows, when the wind is blowing. So I would say this part of is missing a lot and has been missing a lot throughout the history. So when the leader admit that nothing is certain, but we are going to do this step by step, that is one of the most courageous things to do for your co-workers.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. So now let's talk about, how do you stay grounded while guiding others through their transformation?
Oh, I think around thanks a lot that I do myself a lot of self-reflection. Uh, I remind as focused as I can, and for example, when I meeting my clients, I listen. I just listen to them and listen as focused as I can because I want to gain as much information as I can in order to know how I can help them. So that means if I want to help my clients, for example, I need to be focused and really centered and just listen to my clients. So that's the way I used to do it. It's not easy either, but because I'm a human too, sometimes I have less good days and all. But so the challenge when I'm meeting the client and I just coming from maybe another meeting, maybe something happened here at home or something like that. So, but and I'm aware about that. So I used to take a breather 15, 10 minutes before. I used to take a short meditation. So I'm fully focused on my client.
Wow, you are amazing. Like you have a discipline, right? That you do meditation, breathing before that. So that's really wonderful.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to have. It's a must to have a discipline. It's you can't get away without that.
Yes, you are right. I'm agree with you. So now let's talk about how do you remember, not professionally, but as a human being.
I would want to be remembered as a human being, as a kind man, a kind person, and also that I really did everything I could have done with my things to make a good job and overall, as I told that my mission with my work with my also the coaching company that I did everything I could to make the world a little bit better than it was yesterday. And I hope that people will remember me in that light. And no, of
Yeah.
course, I also want to be remembered as a good father to my three daughters.
All right. As you talk about a great father to your daughter, so I want to ask you if you could give only one sentence of advice to your daughters about life and leadership, what would it be?
I would say always always listen to your heart most of all because I can't live their lives. So I just can encourage to them to listen to their heart because what's going on here, that's the truth, what we really want. So what we are saying or something, but what we are feeling, if we feel strong for something in here, that's always the signal that there is the truth. So that would I would want to give that. I'm giving that to all my clients, all everyone I know, and I have already told my daughters that also that I'm going to support you whatever you want to do, and just tell me your dreams, and I will do anything I can to help you with that. So always listen to the heart.
All right, you're right. Always listen to the your heart. So you are a great father, a great leader. So thank you so much for your answer. So now, my last question is for you. How can we raise a new generation of emotionally aware leaders, starting at home or in school?
Uh, well, first of all, I would say that we have to start to listen to one another more than we talk. And there is a lot of other things that we have to admit to ourselves that the world is big and we don't know that much really. and go beyond our own egos. Because what do I know really? Let's say when I'm talking to my daughters, to my clients, for example, or to anyone, what do I know really about the world when it's coming to the moment of the truth? Because the more I experience, the more I read, the more I hear, the more I talk to people, I realize every day almost that there is so much knowledge out there. There is so much to discover. So I would say that simply enough summarized that first of all, we have to start to listen to one another more than we just talk, and also go beyond our own ego, our own feelings. That's the way we can raise the awareness, emotional awareness among future leaders.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. And so let's wrap up this session. Thank you so much for your time, and that brings us to the end of another powerful episode of Future of Work. A heartfelt thank you to Mr. Arto Palvara for sharing his journey, his insights on inner transformation and what it truly means to lead with authenticity. So his words remind us that real leadership doesn't begin with a title, it begins with self awareness and purpose. So, if Arto's story moved you or sparked a new perspective, don't forget to share this episode, leave a review, and follow the podcast for more stories from the mind shaping our future. So, until next time, keep learning, keep evolving, and keep walking your own path. So, thank you so much, Mr. Arto Palwara, for giving me your precious time
Thank you.
and precious answers.
Thank you so much, Manahil, for being here. It has been a pleasure to make this interview with you and the talk and all. So I'm just so grateful for being here. And as I said, thank you so much for being here and for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming for my invitation. So, thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you so much.